Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. This time it's a little bit different. Let me know right now in the comments below if you absolutely hate this. I might do it again just because I think the game's kind of fun, but I might not do it again if you guys absolutely hate it, despise it. But this is going to be a Naruto Chrono Clash gameplay video. Just changing up the content a little bit. I mean, me and Danny have been playing this a little bit. Taking a break from the competitive Dragon Ball scene because I've been traveling a ton. I don't really have an event until Nats, I don't believe. I don't think I'm going to go to PPT Philly just because I'm doing a ton of traveling. Kind of want to relax. But if you guys hate this, let me know in the comments below. If you guys are interested in seeing more of this, let me know. I've also been getting into the OG Naruto game, so just keep that in mind. But I'm playing green, red on the left. Danny's playing blue, purple on the right. So turn one, I dropped the Kakashi 10 drop, sorry. I kind of like to take this game a little less seriously. So turn one, like, I'll usually play the biggest guy in my hand, but Kakashi's pretty insane because he swings at, I think, like 4 Guardians, and he grabs the top card of your deck and puts it in your Guardian, so he gives you an extra life. This game, I will say, just a little bit of commentary on the game throughout. This game is definitely not the best in terms of competitive play, at least for competitive players, because it is very RNG based. Like, for example, if I attack with Kakashi next turn and go into a Neji, that'll just pops anything when it gets blown up. That's going to feel really bad, right? I'm just going to basically lose all that tempo and all that turn time. So Danny's deck on the right is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck if you guys played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. It basically abuses reinforcements, which what reinforcement does is it means that when one of your guys leaves the field, usually by being destroyed, you get to play a guy from your hand of the same cost or less as the guy that got destroyed for free. So that's what Danny's deck tries to abuse. Sacrificing off into the extra deck so that you can just abuse reinforcements. So Heat on there does have reinforcement. There's also a I believe it's a Kakuzu that gives all your other battlers reinforcement. So that's one of the ways that Danny likes to abuse that deck. So we've got a Sakura as the first Guardian when the Kakashi swings. Another one, the Naruto is not going to do too much. A Zetsu getting flipped, which I believe we're mistaking this errata. So I believe that the B got errata to only copy your board, and we're not the most up to date on the rules here, so do forgive me and do correct me if you guys know anything different. And then a Sakura. So I smacked 4 Guardians with that Kakashi and did not get punished for it at all. So that feels really, really good. I only have one time to play with. So we're just going to play a Naruto in Sentinel mode. Sentinel, basically, for you Dragon Ball players, is Deadly Defender. So he has to attack through my Naruto before he can get to my back row. So right now I'm at a pretty big advantage. I've got 6 Guardians to Danny's 1. Let's see how he gets out of this. So yeah, that's the RNG factor I was talking about as well. That Kakashi just not getting punished felt really good. But I could have smacked into a Neji and that would have felt really, really bad. So Danny trying to figure out what he wants to do with his extra deck card in his hand. Does have Gamabunta. Gamabunta comes in and draws one, I believe. Or draws an EX, I believe. Sorry, Gamabunta will draw one normal one. He smacks for 2 Guardians. He has Quickness and he has Sentinel, so he's a Deadly Defender. He's deciding what he wants to do with Granny. Potentially sack it off. Something happened there where he put it back in his hand. Again, guys, sorry. This is definitely a casual game for us, and we might not be up to date with all the rules. We are learning more and more every single day. But looks like he's going to go into the extra deck here with the Hidan and the Suigetsu. Danny does like take a little bit of time with his turns. That's okay, though. This is definitely a fun game. No rush. He's in a pretty bad position, so he's going to have to kind of make the best plays possible to get out of this. Very much debating what he wants to play down. Danny does take every game very, very seriously. So he's going to play the Conan. When that gets destroyed, he will be able to draw an EX card. And sacrificing to play EX does count as destroying. So it's pretty good strategy there. He's going to get the Heat on reinforcement ability, which is going to let him play another 5-drop or less from his hand for free. And then the Conan let him grab another EX card so he can keep making plays. So pretty strong there. He's going to play the Granny Chio now off the Heat on reinforcements. Granny Chio itself does also have reinforcement, so he can drop a 3-drop or less when that goes away. Thinking about potentially sacking those 2 off to go into the Shikaku in his hand. And he's gonna drop another Granny Chio. So that's pretty big tempo right there, to be honest. Just all that free board presence. The only thing is, like, he needs to do something to basically guarantee that he'll live the next turn. If he doesn't do that, he's gonna be in big trouble. He does have 2 Sentinels, so that Sasuke is also a Sentinel, so that's pretty solid. He's gonna swing at the back row into a Sai, so the Sai is gonna bounce one of his battlers back to the hand. We're gonna bounce the Sasuke, so it's one less battler I have to go through, one less Sentinel, and I don't believe you can sacrifice EXs for EXs, so that Sasuke is gonna basically just sit dead in his hand. So another Sai. Oh man, see, that's part of the RNG. Like, I got super duper lucky with my 3 Sais back to back. Oh my god. And that's the exciting part of this game, as much as it kind of sucks. Like, I just get to bounce his entire board back to his hand, and he didn't hit any Negis in his back row. So that is pretty unfortunate. Kakashi's gonna go right in there. All right, he's gonna get the... Yeah, and that's going to be the game right there pretty much. So, yeah, that was a very sort of fast-paced game. Danny takes a little bit of time to figure out what he wants to do. I think we're going... Are we going to another game here? Yes, we are going straight into another game here. So, just some thoughts. That was very, very fast-paced. And it's kind of fun, kind of exciting. But like I said, the RNG thing, like, I had a ton of effects in my Guardian that bounced his board, so he just had no shot there. Danny's deck does have a card, a Neji card, that if it gets destroyed in the Guardian, he gets to pop any of my dudes, so a little bit more effective than bouncing him back to hand, but unfortunately he didn't seem to get any of those in his Guardian, so that kind of stinked. But yeah, guys, and like I said before too, I'm getting more into the old school Naruto game, the Naruto CCG. I didn't play it when it was around, and I really wish that I was around when that game was live, because it's so much fun playing right now. I'm playing with a lot of guys that play Dragon Ball, that used to play the Naruto CCG. So I could also put some gameplay up of that. It's pretty fun to watch. It's a little bit different from the normal content, and I will be getting you guys more Dragon Ball Super gameplay. That's one of my top priorities. It's a little hard to get together and record gameplay, and this day that we recorded this, we kind of decided we wanted to take a little bit of a break from Dragon Ball, play some Naruto. So game's kind of fun though. If you guys don't know how to play, definitely check out some of the other Naruto CCG YouTubers. There's a few of them out there. They're obviously a little smaller because the game is newer, but unfortunately, I don't know any of the names off the top of my head. But PBG, I think, has a how to play video. It is fun. It's fun just to pass the time. It's fun to pass the time. But we're gonna go for another Kakashi. And I only play one of it in my deck, so the fact that I opened it twice is pretty insane. It's pretty interesting. I have a 50 card deck, but in this game, you don't draw nearly as much as Dragon Ball. So you don't really see most of your deck in this game. So there's I believe his name is Kakuzu. He gives his entire board reinforcements except himself. So actually, Granny Chio has 2 instances of reinforcement. So when that Granny Chio goes away, he gets to play 2 3-drop or less for free. So I'm gonna smack 4 Guardians again. That just feels so bad for Danny. None of them really do anything. That's pretty unfortunate. That Shino there has Protector, so it basically gives the rest of his board Barrier for those Dragon Ball players out there. I play a 3-drop Naruto that reduces the cost of all my battlers by 1, so I only give him 1 time in doing so. So Danny is pretty cornered on what he can do here. It's pretty cool. You guys are getting to see what his deck can do, but hitting the Kakashi turn 1 both games, like my 1-up Kakashi, really just... and not getting punished in the Sentinel just really puts a hinder in his plan. So Danny's in a bit of a struggling position right now because he doesn't have any EX cards in his hand. He needs some way to draw EXs. Does not look like he got into Suigetsu. Oh, he has Suigetsu, but if he plays it, it'll end his turn because then the time meter will go back to me. So at this point, he's debating on swinging into some Sentinels. Into some Guardians because he just needs to start making progress. He probably also kind of hopes, oh, he's going to attack into the Kakashi, guarantee that it dies, play the Suigetsu for free. That's a smart play. He gets the Suigetsu out. Now he can draw an EX and not have to give me a turn, right? And that Granny had double reinforcement. That's why he gets to play 2 guys. Excellent. So that's a good play by Danny right there. Got a pitch off of the draw effect of Suigetsu. He's going to play Suigetsu in Sentinel mode, so I have to attack through that before I can go through the rest of his Guardians. Debating on dropping this Datara in his hand. So he's going to get rid of the Conan and the Datara. He's going to reinforcement off of the Conan into the Kiba. Going to drop Goblin Bunta off the Kiba. That is another Sentinel that I have to attack through. So that's good. You got 2 Sentinels that I got to swing through. Datara is going to go into the back row. I put him on 0 time, but 0 time does not end his turn. Orochimaru lets me bounce one of his battlers, but I have to bounce the Shino because it has Protector, so the rest of his board is untargetable. Yeah, and most EX battlers in this game do have quickness, not all of them, and quickness basically means that they can attack the turn they're summoned. Normally, they cannot attack the turn they're summoned. And that was a mistake we made too. When the Datara attacks, we let it copy a card in the drop area, but then we did find out that that is not quite how that works. So I believe you can only copy battlers on the board. So he's going to Neji from his hand. Neji also has the hand ability to KO anything. It just costs 6. So getting rid of that Kakashi is incredibly important. So Sakura just straight up kills a Sentinel. Yeah, I couldn't kill Datara. Yeah, that makes sense because Datara is not a Sentinel. So we're going to go Mitsuki right into the last Guardian. He's going to get some time off of that Shino, I believe. And my turn ends. So Danny does have things he can do. One more shot directly to Danny and he will lose. But he has the tempo advantage because he has Datara on board. He's got a little bit of time to work with. Datara into the back row. I get to bounce one of his dudes. And again, looks like we're making the mistake of copying something in the drop. But that was a good move, though. I mean, if that was a legal move, I guess it used to be, but not so much anymore. That was a good move because that means that a Sakura can't just swing in for free for game, so. Gonna go Suigetsu into questing, potentially. Yeah, so it looks like he's gonna quest the Suigetsu. So what questing does is it puts a battler from your hand underneath the Sentinel or any battle card. Honestly, I think you can do it with, but I have to attack his Sentinel first. So that face down card's basically gonna act like a Guardian, but the Tsunade looks like looks like we're going back a little bit. The Suigetsu, when I attack Suigetsu, I have to attack the Guardian underneath it first. So if it has a popping effect, a bouncing effect, anything like that, that's going to give me an issue. So I'm just going to play the Gaara in Sentinel mode, just to protect my life a little bit. He doesn't have any big beaters, but he does have an EX card in his hand. I know it's a Datara, so he's not really anywhere near playing that yet. I only gave him about 1 time to work with if he wants to keep making plays on his turn. And sorry for a bit of the choppy commentary, because again, we are still kind of learning the game, making sure we know all the rules. He's going to quest the Suigetsu again. Oh, and that 1 dice represents his 1 quest point. So he successfully quested. When you get 5 quest points, that's an alternate win condition. If the Guardian you put underneath the battle card makes it an entire turn, you put it in the drop area, and then you get a quest point. And when you get 5 quest points, you win. So Gaara's going to swing into the Suigetsu. He's going to flip over the face down card. It's a Sakura that doesn't really do anything. But his Suigetsu still gets to live. I believe that's how it works anyway. So Ninetail Fox does have quickness, so I can attack with it. I can swing through the Suigetsu, but I don't think I have much else going on after that. Hedon's going to give it that reinforcement, but it doesn't have anything in his hand to play off of it. Tsunade's going to come in, get rid of the Shinos. Now his board's no longer protected. He's got to make something happen here so that he doesn't just lose to this Ninetail Fox. Kind of examining his drop area, looking what he can do. Yeah, so if you notice, it looks like Danny's drop area is a lot bigger than mine. He draws a lot of cards in his deck. He's been through a lot more of his deck than I've been through mine. Gonna play the Shino. It's gonna put him to 0 time. Go right into the Datara. So the perfect amount of time in order to drop the data, which is pretty strong. Now, the one thing that saves him here is the ability of Datara to copy the drop area. And again, that was sort of a mistake that we made in playtesting. Or in playing this game, rather. But he is, even with the copy drop area effect, he's in a bit of a pickle. Because I don't really think he has anything that can get rid of the Tsunade. That's just going to swing in right for that free damage. Going to draw off the Suigetsu. I think he's going to have to pitch immediately what he draws anyway. Unless he copied a different effect. He might have copied the Sasuke that says draw 2. Gonna go right into that. That Naruto. Does that stop the Tsunade? I don't remember if Tsunade is a 5 cost. Yeah, and that's pretty much the game right there. So, yeah, not the most competitive game. There's not much you can do in terms of countering your opponent for the most part, except for like dropping sentinels and deadly defenders, but it's kind of fun to pass the time. I thought I'd show you guys it, considering it is a Bandai IP. It's another game that the same Bandai division that's working on Dragon Ball is working on. So if you liked it, let me know in the comments below. If you hated it, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys want to see some old school Naruto CCG on this channel, let me know as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.